Desert Hot Springs, they said Hot Springs, was the 10th worst city in the whole country. And I said, oh my goodness, but my guide said it's the heart vortex of the world. Either the USA Today is wrong or my guides are right, okay? So that began my introduction to Desert Hot Springs, the vortex of the planet. And what is going on now is that the vortex here, which has been covered with darkness, is being cleared. And it's being cleared because ever since I moved, this is the third Earth shift that has come into existence to clear the energetic frequencies here. So on my second day of being here, I had breakfast with an amazing woman. And she said, well, where do you live? I said, well, I live in Desert Hot Springs. And she just looked at me because she lives in Desert Hot Springs. She said, well, where's that? And I went, right here. I live here, Desert Hot Springs. And she looked at me. And she said, what's your name? And I said, well, I'm Joan. And then she went like this. She went, and she looked, she went far away, like, oh, no. She says, I know who you are. And I could hear God speaking through her. She said, you're Joan of Angels. And when she said that, I literally felt my wings spread over the heart of the desert. And I was birthed 2 years ago today as Joan of Angels in the Desert Heart Sanctuary. And why do I say that? Because you see, guys, we all get in a direction of what our journey is, and Spirit opens the door and the portal for us very slowly. They say to you, well, let's see, you look like you might make it. You have a contract this lifetime. And so today we're going to talk about all the things we've come here to do, by the way, and why we're here in 2017, where when you read the paper, you think, God knows what's going to happen out there. But you come back in here and you go, oh God, we're in balance, we're in harmony, we're spreading, we're sprouting the planet, we're planting miracle seeds, we're changing everything. So this talk today is about reminding all of you that we were called here as volunteers. Some of us, my group, are the volunteers, the early waves. Some of you are the Rainbow Warrior children, the ones that we're training to be Jedi warriors on this planet, spiritual warriors, and that's your mission. My mission is coming in as one of the early volunteers. I remember when I came down to this planet. I remember when I said that not one soul shall be lost. That my mission here was going to be to help every single soul. Now, that was eons ago, right? Because it didn't happen this life. And here I was born just like you were into this life. And what is all this life about except remembering who we really are? Now, that is a lifetime task. It's not done just today. Yeah. I'm going to get this so I don't echo. So it's a lifetime task, all right? To remember who we are. And that's what I do. So 2 years ago, I started, 3.5 years ago, they gave me messages to start to paint 33 angels in 30 days. And I said, 33 angels in 30 days, that's a lot of painting. And they said, if you want to live your bliss this life, you will finally start getting over your way and listening to our way. How many of you ever know what that's like? That moment of truth where you have to go, you know what? My way has not gotten me to the right highway to heaven, okay? And I knew I had to reassess. And when these longings is this, like it was like a push, you have to listen. 33 angels in 30 days, and whoosh, we painted them, and I discovered I had created a portal. Now, what is a portal? We're going to talk about that today, because this is what's so important. This is why I paint, why I became a paintbrush for divine beings. The portal, and what is going on now in 2017 and beyond, is that the times that we were called for are happening now. How many of you know that that's true? It's really crazy, all right? And yet we know that we were called for these days. So one of the lessons is to not to buy into anything that's going on out there, politically, mentally, spiritually, or socially, because you'll have a breakdown. Because what's going on with you inside is far more powerful, right? Far more revealing, far more exciting. And when we connect with our kind, don't we know that we are in complete and total alignment, right? They're the ones that are out of sync, first of all. But second of all, being who we know ourselves to be is so important in being able to stand tall and begin to unfold our destiny. Because with this knowledge comes great responsibility. We are here as part of the shift. We agreed before we came in that we were going to do our role and do our part. However, life intervenes, and most of our life is spent remembering that we're here to do that. Step one. And then step two, we got to learn the tools that we came here to do and understand it. So my best example is myself, okay? Now, I've known forever that I'm an empath, whatever that is. I just have, but I assumed everyone on the planet was an empath, okay? Because I was. I'm no special than anyone else. So I always knew what people were feeling because I could feel it right here. And then I discovered I used to go for psychic readings, and the psychics would say to me, well, Joan, you know you're psychic, you should be on my side of the table. And I'd go, well, isn't that great? And I'd come out of the reading, like some of you will do. You come out of the reading and go, yeah, I'm psychic, far out. Like, oh, doesn't that make me great? Like, I'm unusual, I have this great gift. So many years get spent processing the fact that you have these gifts, not that you know how to use them. Not that you're even prepared for the greatness and what is going to flow through you. No, we just know we have this talent. I'm a little telepathic, I'm intuitive, I'm this, I'm psychic. Hot stuff. So then we spend this time really learning to deal with how do we come out with our gifts ethically, with integrity, in alignment, and without our ego. Because that ego, which was the one going hot stuff, I'm psychic, you know, don't you know I'm psychic? No, don't you know all this? Like, can I bowl you down with how great I am, please? You know, I swear to God. So, now, my guides are very good to me, just so you know. So they showed me the pictures of when I had done that in other lifetimes. When I had gotten so close to ascension, as a Brahmin, as a spiritual master, as a teacher. And guess what tripped me up every time? That little piece of, oh my God, look how good I am. Look how smart I am. Look how I can change this planet. Okay, so the moment we start with that, what's the next thing that happens? You wake up in your next lifetime on your hands and knees, the lowest caste system ever, okay? Running after people with a little tin can, I remember this, with my tarot cards and going, don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? And these people would just walk by, and I was like on the street, who am I? So we come in here to learn our gifts, our unique talents and destiny, and we're given an opportunity to go for it. Okay? Easier said than done, but that's what happens. So in the work that I started creating, when they showed me the divine beings and they started to line up for me to paint, first of all, it was like, well, look how great, you know. The good news with my guides is that they didn't want my ego to get in my way this time. So they brought me in as a primitive artist, just so you know. So my art is, to me, my art was just mortifying because even though it was powerful, it didn't look like what I would want to. Like in maybe some of my past lifetimes when I worked with some famous artists and it was phenomenal. No, it was primitive. So I started putting my art in the closet. One of my best pieces I put in the closet for 6 months until this angel came from Sweden to take it out and discovered it was one of my best pieces. And my angel said to me, you are to be a paintbrush. Paint us as we are, not as you, as Joan's ego wants us to be. So in our journey, there are lessons to be learned. And the lessons are, first of all, to start aligning with why you're here. What is what that mission is that you came here this lifetime to do? That is the first thing to bring back, and I do this in my readings, by the way. I do this in my angel spirit circles. and I've just started my Ascended Master trainings, to not only remember who you are, where you came from, what assignments you've taken on, because you see, this is the test. Nothing you have done is as important as what's going to happen and unfold from this day forward in 2017 and beyond. Are you going to remember why you came here when the blank hits the fan, okay? When the vibrations out on the planet goes into chaos, are you going to stand up and go, oh my God, wait, I remembered I was called to hold the energy now and to learn how to raise my vibration and frequency and be who I am. And this planet, all these people there in chaos need me to be strong and remember who I am. So the tools that we use are what I like to think of as frequency enhancers, raising our frequency vibration. So, and I'm going to teach you a little bit of that before we go into the portal. So imagine a horizontal line. Close your eyes, imagine it for a second, or you can open them, but on the left is 0 and on the right is 10. And I want you to imagine a clock hand. Okay, 10 is all systems go. 0 is, I need about 10 more cups of coffee to even get here. Okay? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, using your mind's eye, where are you in your own personal frequency vibration right now? Some of you might be a 0 to 5, some of you might be a 7, some of you might even be up at a 10. All right? Now, what we know about vibration is that it's our vibrational frequency that goes with us wherever we go, and it calls to us what we need, and it calls to us at the level we're putting out. So when our vibrational frequency is not stable, and it goes up and down, then we go into Walmart, and before you know it, you might have been in a good mood, but your vibration has shifted to a 2 or a 3. So the lesson of being in this memory of remembering who you are, the lesson is to start to learn how to turn your vibrational frequency up to a 10 and to keep it there. So once I started my art and I hung it up on the wall, I discovered I had created an angel loft, an angel portal. The vibrations in the angel portal were off the chart, 10 plus, plus, plus. And it was so high, my friend here, Elizabeth, can tell you this, she was there. It was so high that the angelic realms came through. And we started to feel in that room the presence of angels. We felt them with us, helping us feel their presence in our body, until they taught me this little secret tool of how to fluff people's wings, how to take them out of hiding, where they had been in the closet and undercover for eons because it wasn't safe to be an angel, it wasn't safe to be a magical person, it wasn't safe to be a healer, it wasn't safe to be a woman who was smart, it wasn't safe to be us. Therefore, everyone in this room was attacked and persecuted for all that we're talking about today. Everything we know to be true was something that we were killed for, we were tortured for, we lost our tongues for, our heads for, our bodies for. Therefore, here you came, this life, you're supposed to spread your wings and be a volunteer and do your job, but you have that memory of how hard it was, lifetime after lifetime, where the moment you uttered your mouth, your head was gone. How many of you have a still memory of that? Okay, and that is what we're healing. That is what we have to go back, because you see, we were the persecuted, we were the persecutors. We played both, and we have to not only forgive ourselves, we have to go back to those moments in time and start to heal it from this deep, like when I look at it, it's a deep pit that goes very far. So, wow, I actually can feel that you guys feel this. So when we do the angel spirit circles, and when we do this wing fluffing, what is it? It's about remembering how powerful we are, and it's about taking on kind of an archetypal body, an archetypal memory of who I am and who each of you are. When I was a chiropractor, I had my really dynamic practice in Berkeley. Every morning I'd go to the office And it wasn't Dr. Joan, you know, this one. No, I sat in my office and I would not see a patient until I invoked the highest ancient healing masters that would come through me. And that is who ran my practice. And when I go in my room and I paint and I do my readings, I don't invoke Joan. It's not Joan. It's this being, Joan of Angels, who actually has come here to oversee me, to help bring this information through. You have your own essence too, your own soul angel, star being, archetypal essence, and that's what this work is about getting to. In the angel, the ascended master trainings I'm beginning, they're about getting to the essence of what frequencies you're bringing in, who you are, how to resonate your gifts, and how to not only you get to the doorway of heaven, but you help everyone else behind you to get there. You got that? It's not about us. The ascended master trainings, remembering who we are, it's not about us. It's about remembering so we can lend a hand now and bring everyone with us. Does that make sense? Nod your head if you get that. We are here. We are gathered here. This is an earth shift. This is a soul essence shift. We are waking you up from the inside out. Your talents, your skills, your gifts. It is no longer acceptable to keep them hidden. We are going to break free our soul memory and once again now launch the way this planet was supposed to be, the way we have come down as its guardians and stewards. One of the blessings in my life as an oracle, and I really had this gorgeous art to show you, and I take people back to my gallery. It's a half a mile away if you want to see the Ascension art. I'm sorry it's not on the slides, because they're all stairways to heaven. So why do I paint all these stairways and portals? I paint them because Spirit, I asked Spirit one day, well, how come this is like my 50th stairway to heaven? Like, why am I obsessed with stairways to heaven? Not only do I do stairways to heaven, but I do angel runways, angel train stations, the Hudson River, angel transport centers. I mean, crazy. The one I wanted to really show you was the angel transport vehicle, which gets you from this realm to the other realm. So if you put the dots together, you know that times are coming where there may be a little rough. Many souls might be leaving their bodies, okay? And that's why Spirit has told me to make these ascension bodies so people can make that shift effortlessly. Well, it's not effortlessly. My job, they told me New Year's Eve, it was so profound. I found myself painting, and I might bring this painting in, it's huge, but it is my angel transport vehicle. So New Year's Eve, actually last summer, I had an experience where I went down to the underworld. It was quite profound because, as you know, I probably go up to the celestial world is my preference. And I found myself going down to the underworld. And when I was down there, I realized, I came home, I process everything through art, okay, just so you know. So I came home and I did this most unique painting. It was a trip to the underworld. And it was a boat, you know, typical underworld kind of scenario. And it had two gigantic goddess figures. One of them was holding a crystal light into the water, lighting it up, bringing heaven to the underworld, okay? Lighting it up. I thought, well, this is really kind of interesting, right? So then, I put that away and said, something's going on with me in the underworld, okay? I don't know what it is, but something's going on. So, Christmas, New Year's, another painting comes through. And it's a man in an angel transport vehicle. Swear to God, I think I have a little thing of him here. So he's in this angel transport vehicle. And it's not here, it's up there. Okay, well, I'll get it later. We'll just have to have me back. Angel transport vehicle, and over here is a family watching him go. And on this other side, he's heading towards, you know, the underworld. And I did this painting, I started it around New Year's, and I come across a help wanted ad on a website. And what was wanted was someone who knew how to navigate the temples of the underworld. So I reached out to this man and I said, well, I think you might be looking for me. And he said, well, I think so. And he wrote me a letter about his brother. His brother had just passed. And right around the Christmas holidays, around New Year's, he had had a dream of his brother. And his brother had said to him, and I have chills saying this, his brother said to him in the dream, please create some way that you guys can come and visit me on the other side, okay? Can you create some kind of tool, technology, so you could come visit me on the other side? Okay, and here I had gotten this message, because that's what's in this painting, a technology to go to the other side, visit your family, and even to come back if it's not your time, okay? And so it was quite profound, because I paint things that I later find out why I paint. But the portals, I just don't know how to get all this art so you can see it. But if you're interested, we'll take a tour this afternoon to show you these portals in person. You can learn how to navigate it. But I want to finish this story by finishing this up. So I told you, you all have special gifts, right? We all have archetypal goddesses, angels, divine beings, ascended masters, star beings that are working with us. Not all of them, but you know, we don't even have the same. We have a bit different, okay? And I have been an oracle and I do readings for people. I do it naturally. I think everyone knows how to do it. And then I discovered that this is a really special gift to take you back to who you are. But I wasn't exactly sure who I was yet. I was going, okay, well, this is great. I get to see everything. I remember where I've been and all of this. Well, who am I? And so a month ago, a friend sends me this picture of an ancient goddess named Huan Yin. She is not Kuan Yin, Huan Yin. And I look up Huan Yin, and I find out something very interesting about this woman. Huan Yin had this commitment to humanity, to earthlings. She said, not one soul shall be lost. And she made this commitment that she would save and help ascend every single soul on planet Earth. She would not leave until this happens. But the job was so worrisome for her that at one point they had to give her 1,000 arms so she could do all this work. Well, about 4 years ago, I had a regression, hypnotic regression. And I find myself on a ship. And what am I doing on the ship? I had a group down there in Baja in those days, and I'm on the ship, and everyone's asleep. All of my people in the Baja Paranormal sound asleep. I'm the only one awake. I'm on a platform. Each person is coming up in a trance, and what's my job? I'm tuning up their antenna, and I'm saying out loud in this regression, not one soul shall be lost. I made this commitment to work with every single soul on this planet, tune up their frequencies. And they're downloading this information, and I say out loud, one person at a time? Are you kidding me? Like in that Jewish New York accent, one person at a time? Like that. I was so distressed. Can you imagine billions of people were doing one at a time? And the next thing you know is they sent me this very advanced technology, which is through the art. So now I'm reading about Huan Yin, and I'm remembering the times where I said, I have this commitment, not one soul shall be lost, and I tell this to my friends all the time. So I'm like getting this little weird resonance, right? Then I get to the story. This is the clincher. I'm reading, and Huan Yin so loved humanity that she went down to the underworld to rescue humanity. Okay, she felt such compassion that they were trapped in the misery of hell that she personally went down there to rescue them. And she did. She grabbed a lot of them and brought them out, but she raised the frequency in the underworld so high, she turned it into a heaven, like this painting I did without knowing who I was or what I was doing. She raised the frequency in the underworld so high, guess what? She got kicked out, okay? She got kicked out of the underworld because she had turned it into a heaven. She had raised the frequency with the light. So number one, I went, oh my God, I went crazy because I felt the resonance. It's like, is that my job, raise the frequency in the underworld? No, it's not. It's to raise the frequency on the planet so each of us could get to our own portal to ascension. My job is very simple. I take us from when we know we want that more, and I was told that I take you to the door. What you do at the door is none of my concern. I'm actually not allowed to know whether you get through it or not. But I do know that I get you to that door. In the Ascended Master trainings, where we start to heal lifetimes of these cell memories when being who we are was the most dangerous place to be, to making it so that each of us is empowered to rise up, to share with the planet our best gifts, because we are needed now. And to transform every obstacle that you may have, every challenge that you may have, and understand that all it was your fuel to get you to this moment here, earth shift, paradigm shift. Gently cleansing away what no longer serves so that we can start to create what we want here. I love the visions that our friends, where is Darren, was sharing of coming together collectively, co-creatively, to bring our best gifts here. Number one, if not now, when? You think this planet's getting better on its own? It is shifting because our consciousness is rising. We are collectively beginning to work together, and we are doing the work. So, taking a deep breath. I wish I had had some of the portals to take you through to show you, but I think you get the point. We are here now in very critical times to learn how to manage our vibrational frequency so we can be of service in the ways that we came here and agreed to do, because if not now, when? If not you, who? You have a special mission. If you don't do it, no one is going to take up the slack. Earth, beautiful Gaia, our planet, think of it as an orchestra. And each one of us is a sound on that orchestra. And it is imperative that every person be in alignment and harmony for us collectively to shift. Doesn't that make sense? And so that's what I encourage you to do, to start this process. We are so privileged to be here, 2017, to be here right now, to be able to start to remember who we are, to have the collective consciousness to fuel us, to rise up our energy, to have the most magnificent beings here to support us collectively. And so we call in right now, you know, as we launch this conference, I ask that each of us be touched in our own heart, that the opening we have to heal so that we are able to come out now with who we are, to create a safe portal for each of us to know that we're protected, we are guided by our divine beings who are here with us to live this destiny, and that that is who we are, and that this unfolds for each and every one of us so that when you leave here, you become a miracle maker, a miracle master, a guide for all of those beings that you know waiting for you. And by the way, it's not just 40 people in the room. I say there's about 40,000 souls here, so excited that you have chosen to be a part of this. So once again, I invite any of you to come over, work with me. I am doing readings here. My gallery is a half a mile away. Each piece has been crafted, comes from the divine levels. They tell me I'm to paint, so you humans, us humans, know that we are protected, that our guides are with us, that our angels are here. We are not alone. This is not a fantasy. This is the most real existence we will feel ever, and it is more real than you know, and when you claim it, it is ours. So collectively, guys, let's go. Let's do it. Let us make the shift. I love all of you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and I have my next online Angel Spirit Circle, Tuesday, June 6th. They are really good. They are very powerful, more powerful online, actually. And I have one at Rainbow Stew at the end of this month too. So let me know if you want to work on that too. Love you all.